Hi there, we're looking at Mark chapter 9, verse 33, all the way to 41. They came to Capernaum. When he was in the house, he asked them, "What were you arguing about on the road?" But they kept quiet, because on the way they had argued about who was the greatest. Sitting down, Jesus called the 12 and said, "If anyone wants to be first, he must be the very last and the servant of all." He took a little child and had him stand among them. Taking him in his arms, he said to them, "Whoever welcomes one of these little children in my name welcomes me, and whoever welcomes me does not welcome me, but the one who sent me." "Teacher," said John, "we saw a man driving out demons in your name, and we told him to stop, because he was not one of us." "Do not stop him," Jesus said. "No one who does a miracle in my name can in the next moment say anything bad about me, for whoever is not against us is for us. I tell you the truth, anyone who gives you a cup of water in my name, because you belong to Christ, will certainly not lose his reward." And these are interesting passages, and I'm not sure we all understand them fully. I think there's things that I take from them, which I'll share with you, and you can discern of the Spirit and see if you think that's the truth or not. I really like them. They're passages I really enjoy. The first one is another typical disciple argument about who's the greatest. And like taken isolatedly, that's a word, it is now, they make sense. It's like, yeah, it's fine, but this is like probably the 5th, 6th time these guys are doing it, and Jesus must be like, really, you're doing it again. But they argue about who's the greatest. Jesus sits them down. He says, if you want to be first, you need to be last. And what I really like about this model, if you think of two people, yes, person and person, this person lifts themselves up, this person lifts himself up. They both end up up. Both end up. Anyway. But now if you take it a little differently, this person spends their life lifting this person up, and then this person spends their life lifting this person up. You are left with the same kind of conclusion. Everybody is up. But the difference is that you have relationship, because this guy helped this guy and this guy helped that guy. And so you have buddies. And I think that is the call to the kingdom, that it's about relationship, that as you lift up somebody else, if everyone is doing their job, if everyone is doing this kingdom thing properly, at the end of the day, everyone is lifted up. But we live in a society that tells us it's all about lifting yourself up. It's about making sure that you are rich, that you have a good job, that you have enough stuff that you need, that you have enough stuff that you want, and that you have enough stuff that you greed over. But it's really like at the expense of other people a lot of the time. What Jesus says is, no, there's enough for everyone. There was a saying we learned in a simple way, there's enough for everyone's need, but not enough for everyone's greed. Might have been Mother Teresa or Gandhi or some dead person. But that is the heart of it, and really the challenge to live simply. If me having 4 jackets in my cupboard means that the guy next door has none, then I need to rethink. I need to rethink my finances. I need to rethink my stuff. If me driving an SUV means the planet gets destroyed a little bit, then I need to think about that. If me being a glutton means that the person on the street outside doesn't have anything, whereas I could invite them in and we could both eat to our satisfaction, and we could have relationship, and we could have conversation, and it could be beautiful. That seems to be what Jesus is leaning towards: community, lifting other people up, relationship. The second part is that he takes a child and uses them as an example. Says, if you can't be like this child, then you're not going to get this. And so many aspects about a child that just stand out. A child has simple faith. A child believes things. A child trusts easily. And a lot of the things we taught when we taught to look after ourselves, we taught to let go of those things. So only trust in yourself. Don't trust anyone else. Be suspicious. Those kind of things. And Jesus says we need to unlearn. One of my favorite words and phrases, the church, you need to unlearn so much stuff. So much. Oh. Anyway, but that is the thing. Unlearn all the independence and work towards interdependence, which is we work together, we do this thing together, we end up at the same place, possibly even a better place. And then the last one is they see somebody doing things in Jesus' name and they stop him, and Jesus says, don't stop him. Whoever is not against us is for us. And we normally think of it the other way. Whoever isn't for us is against us. But it's different if you flip it around. Whoever isn't actively against us is on our side. That is a big thing, and maybe needs to be held with a lot of Jesus' other teaching in terms of Matthew 7 and stuff. Who makes it? Who who makes it into the kingdom, because there are certain commitments that we call to. But in this incident, people that are not going against us, they're on our side. And I think a huge place where this shows is in denominationalism. They're not with our church, so therefore it can't be God. They don't baptize the way we do. They don't pray the way we do, therefore it can't be Christian. And Jesus is saying, like, drop that stuff. That stuff is crap. You need to let it go. If these people are not against you, they're for you. And one of the calls is to find other people in your community that are for Jesus and join up with them and together make a difference. Like, we have organized church congregations, but it can go beyond that. It can go to community development. It can go to a bunch of friends from different churches getting together, pooling their resources and starting to bless people around them. And so I tell you the truth, anyone who gives you a cup of water in my name because you belong to Christ will certainly not lose his reward. There's a lot of challenge that goes with that verse, but Jesus seems to be more about inclusion. Who is with us? How can we get people to join us in what we're doing? Than exclusion, which again the church is often about us and them. You can't come in here because you do that, you live like that, you are like that, you're not one of us. And Jesus is an invitation. Come and see Jesus. Come and meet God. Come and receive manna. And we need to be doing that. Let God do the judging. That'll take place. Don't worry yourselves, but lead people to Him, so that they can experience His love and the power that leads us towards change, which is an encounter with Jesus.